Hey guys, welcome back to another session, and guess what? It's week 3 of our series and we are full steam ahead, and today is a big one. To me, it's actually an important one to discuss with you guys, so please bear in mind that even though I know you guys don't really want to hear it, or maybe you don't even want to talk about it, but this is a big issue that I have noticed, not just in South Africa, but globally as well. So we are looking at what we call the honeymoon. Okay, so the honeymoon is basically you've now gotten married and now you are with the one true love of your life. Okay, so just bear in mind. Okay, so the first one is great sex starts in the bedroom. And we're going to get through a few things because I need to really explain that, it's so easy to fall into the trap of sex. Okay. Now, I know I'm going to be using this word quite a lot, and a lot of you know that I try and use a different word just to, make it a bit lighthearted. But unfortunately, today it's going to be a little bit in your face today. Okay, so the first verse that we are looking at, and this is our key verse, which is Song of Songs 4, verses 1 to 2. And it says here, "How beautiful you are, my darling, oh, how beautiful. Your eyes behind your veil are doves. Your hair is like a flock of goats descending from Mount Gilead. Your teeth are like flock of sheep just shorn, coming up from the washing. Each has its twin. Not one of them is alone." Okay, so guys, obviously it leads on. It shows that, it's coming down this and it's coming from this. So it's basically in a way that, the deed is done way before you actually enter the bedroom. Okay, so for all you single oaks and gals out there, bear in mind that this is basically how it happens. When you are alone with somebody and you feel that urge, it starts way before the bedroom. Okay, and specifically, you guys could be chilling on the couch watching a movie and something happens where it's a little bit of touchy-feely and maybe a little bit of kissing. We don't want to discuss that, but unfortunately, that is the truth. It starts already from making out with one another, and it leads to a little bit of what we call weakness. We all have that weakness inside of us where we give in to that temptation. And I want to encourage you not to do it, because I'm going to be going through this whole thing of why it is so dangerous just to go into it. All right, so that was the first one. And the next one, this is basically when, everything that leads up to that moment. Song of Songs 4 verse 3 actually kind of puts it in a man's point of view. So ladies, you can understand our heads a little bit better. And it says here, your lips are like a scarlet ribbon, a very red ribbon. Okay, a very red ribbon. Think of that dark scarlet lipstick. Okay, and it says here, your mouth is lovely. Your temples behind your veil are like halves of a pomegranate. So as you can see, the guy is getting lost in her eyes. He's getting lost in that moment. And sometimes you can't control yourself. Okay? No matter how strong your self-control is, at one point it's going to crack, and then it's going to roll from there. Okay, so we need to understand that sex is tender. It is not something that is wham bam, thank you ma'am. It's gentle. It's not what people perceive it to be. I mean, like for example, we have what we call the porn industry, which has really messed around something that is actually supposed to be beautiful and for two people when they get married, and it's just created a big problem in society. Okay, but not only that, when we look at advertising and marketing, there is some sort of sexualness involved. If you think of a really gorgeous, hot supermodel that is with a car, it creates that, that desire for men, for example, or something where a lady wears a perfume and this guy goes, ooh, and comes near her. It's those types of things that happen. Okay, so we need to understand it is tender. It's supposed to be tender. But unfortunately, the world has put an illusion on this subject. Okay, not only that, it's supposed to be passionate. And it says here, and this is Song of Songs 4, we're in chapter 4 and verse 6. It says here, until the day breaks and the shadows flee, I will go to the mount of myrrh, and to the hill of incense. Okay, so that means sometimes you want to go to that thing. It's because you love. You need to do, when you do anything in the sense of any sexual activity, it should be out of complete and utter love for your partner. Not because you want it, not because you desire it. It's because you want to show how connected you are, but specifically after marriage. The reason why I'm iterating the after marriage is it is actually meant for people that are already married. You've made a covenant with one another and God. All right. Just giving it to you there. Not only that, it needs trust. It's really important that you need to trust one another when you get to this part. It's literally built on an absolute trust. Nowadays, think about it. We watched a video not so long ago. I think it was in 2020, just before lockdown. We looked at relationships as a whole, and it was all about how this person did this, basically did the deed with this guy, and this guy literally spread it throughout the whole party and school that made her feel like trash. Okay, and if we look at it, this girl felt so embarrassed and really felt like she was literally smaller than a dung beetle. Okay, that's how someone would feel. But not only that, guys and girls, is we need to understand that when you do that, you trust that it's only going to stay between you guys. That is why we do it after marriage, is so that it's just a thing between you and your lifelong partner. Okay, I'm not saying that you need to go to your girlfriend or boyfriend and then go and do the deed. No, because you guys are technically, according to law, still single. Okay, here's why I say that. Even though you might be dating somebody, when you look at like CVs, it says there, please state your marital status, which means single, married, dating, and or divorced or widowed. Okay, that's it. You don't have a space where it says dating anymore. Okay, actually, it has never been there. So therefore, you need to treat your dating life as if it was still your single life. That is why the topic of sex is so important, and it's such a taboo subject to speak about because so many people don't want to speak about it. But we are going to be covering a lot of this stuff, and I'm going to be revealing something at the end of the thing. I'm pretty excited. So keep or stay tuned, should I say. And when we understand the whole part that, it starts before the bedroom, it's tender, it's sensual, it's based on absolute trust. It's not only that, it's actually holy. God created that for man and woman to be together, to become one. Okay? That's why we speak about soul ties and but if you want more information on that, guys and girls, I would suggest ask your questions the next time you see us, because then we can actually have a proper discussion on it. All right, so we need to understand that sex is actually holy, and it says here, okay, from Song of Songs 4, and it goes from 12 to 14. So guys, if you want to go read it, go read chapter 4. It's literally, that's all it's about. I'm just saying. Okay. And it says here, you are a garden locked up, my sister, my bride. You are a spring enclosed, a sealed fountain. Your plants are an orchard of pomegranates with choice fruits and all the finest spices. I love this verse. The reason being is because how it says, specifically speaking about our virginity, okay, how important it is to keep it, because it is like I love it, like it says here, you are a garden locked up, okay, saying that you are think of it, you are a sacred garden. That is basically what it's saying. Is, think about it. If we look at all the movies when there was some sacred chamber or whatever, how many times was it locked up or sealed, or it was behind something? Like, for example, there was a secret behind the waterfall, or behind the rolled rock, or anything like that. It was a mystery. And sometimes we need to keep it as such, that it's a mystery. All right. But if you are an single adult, this is what I want you to do. I would like you guys to reflect on these following questions. Okay. Now, the first one is, if you were to go on a honeymoon, where would you like to go? I know, ladies, you're going to love this, because I'm sure you've been thinking of your big day since you were little. Guys, think about it. Where would you like to go? Okay, some of you might want to go to the sea. Some of you might want to go overseas. Think about it. Okay, now the next question. And I want to aim it to all the singles. Okay. Even if you've messed up sexually, so in other words, you've done the deed in the past, you can begin again. But list specifically, what are the benefits you see for waiting until you're married? Okay. But then I want you to visualize the benefits. Okay. It sounds weird saying visualize. Okay. Visualize the benefits, because then it's going to help you understand why you need to guard against these temptations and say, you know what, I might want to do this, but you know what, it's actually better because I'm going to wait for my one true love. And that moment is then going to be extra special. Okay. So you can begin again, but number one, ask for forgiveness and focus on what are the benefits. Once we understand what the benefits are for us, I can't tell you what the benefit is going to feel like for you. Maybe it's completely different to me or Bob or whoever. Okay. We need to understand that there are certain benefits to waiting. Okay. So guys, this is a very deep topic. Obviously, if you guys have questions, please, on the group or message one of the leaders and say, hey, listen, this is the topic we're discussing. Can you please explain this and this? And I'm super excited for the 21st. So when we see each other again, remember we need to stay safe. And also remember that we need to understand to respect the law that we've been given, and also the COVID protocols that we've been given as well. I look forward to seeing you guys again. Make sure that you RSVP ASAP so that we know that you are coming and so that we can prepare for you as well. With that being said, guys, I hope you have an amazing Sunday, and I hope to see you on the 21st. Have a great day and be safe. As a single adult, I want you guys to reflect